Welcome to What a Load of Carp. This is Series 2, Episode 1. Today we are at my local water and we are fishing on the top for carp, of course. And I'm expecting and I'm very confident to get some out this evening. As you can probably hear in the background, I've been here now for about half an hour trying to get them feeding on the top. And let's see what I've been using to try and get them to entice to come up in the, let's say, overcast weather. So first of all, the old trusty, recommended by my brother, Jamie, big shout out to you. This has definitely worked wonders since I've started using these. We have some goat cat biscuits. They're brilliant. The carp over here absolutely love them. So free offerings, you want some, try these. They're good, really good. And for the hook bait, quite simply, thick loaf from the local shop. Now, like I said, got to try and keep my noise down a little bit because I'm looking around me now and I can see some nice low double carp on the surface just behind me. So spin the camera around and let you have a look. So here we go, look. Let's put in a few cat biscuits and see if we can get them up on the top. I'm not sure if you can see just off the tip of that bush, there is a couple coming up now already before I've even put any out again. So let's just put a dozen biscuits out and see what happens. As you can see, I'm fishing very close in. Just move the camera up a little bit so you can see a bit better. There you go. They seem to be just beyond the tree at the moment. Just going to chuck some out to my left hand side as well because there were some down there just a moment ago. Just see if we can get them back up on the top for you to have a look at. Okay, there you go, there's one who's just come up, look. He's taking those three offerings very confidently. See if we can get in on him. He's enjoying taking those cat biscuits off the top. I'm sure he'll be back up again in a minute. There's a couple to my left coming up as well. One's just coming around the back of the swim. There we go, we've got at least one. There's one off camera you probably can't see. 2, 3. There's at least 4 fish in my area. There's at least 4 fish in my area here. Here we go, let's bring them across. Here we go, there's another one there. Taking the cat biscuits really confidently off the top. Like I said, they're not massive fish, but it's the sport which counts. There's another one off the tip of the tree there. Swimming away. And there's one right in the bush there, but I can't really see him because the camera won't go over there. Just come back over to the left. There's the ducks. There's a couple just below the surface which aren't quite breaking the water, so the camera's probably not picking them up. But I can assure you there's a good number of fish down here. And if I can get them feeding confidently, I'm sure that I'm going to have them. Again, here we go, let's come back up for some more down the bottom here. I mean, there's no better feeling, it gets you really excited, seeing the carp feeding straight in front of you. It's brilliant. There's a big one just coming to the back of the swim now. Is he going to come up and take anything? Just trying to follow him, see if he does. Not sure if you can see him, he's just breaking the surface there. There he is, look. Okay, so how about we try and get him take some bread now a minute. Again, like I said, I just want to get them feeding confidently, so I don't mind taking the time here. There's a couple just down to my left again. Let's just throw a couple of pieces of bread down there. I remember A few years ago I was told that surface fishing on this lake was a complete waste of time. What a load of rubbish that turned out to be. They're definitely in there and they definitely have it off the top. What I'm doing is with the bread, I'm throwing little in and often, but of course letting them clear what's there, or clear more or less what's there. Also chucking in half a dozen cat biscuits here and there as well, just to keep the smell in the area and keep them interested, keep them searching around. The other thing I would suggest as well, if you are looking to do surface fishing, or you know you do a lot of surface fishing, this might be a tip wasted on you, but definitely always make sure you've got 2 or 3 swims feeding. It's always nice to try and get one out of one swim and go to another swim where you know they're confidently feeding, and you can move straight across and you can try and have them out from there. You can then rest the one you was in originally, and if one fails you've got a third to fall back on. Definitely some good advice there. I will tell you as well, the reason I'm back on this lake fishing is because I found myself, when I was walking around, a new target fish. My old target fish was a common carp out of here, which was believed to be the biggest carp at the time out of here, or should I say the biggest common carp at the time out of here. I had that a couple of years ago, back in February in 2014, so I was very fortunate. That weighed in at 20 pounds and 8 ounces. You can see that on one of the previous episodes. I was very chuffed. But going back to my new target, I'm not gonna say too much about it, because the fish is quite unique to the lake. It is a carp, but it is quite a unique one, and I've only seen the one in here. It's not saying that it is the only one, but it's definitely the only one of its type I've seen. I've seen it up here about 4 nights ago, feeding off the top. And as soon as I seen it, I was like, yes, I want that fish. It's only a low double, I reckon, but yeah, I was very excited to see it, and it's definitely given me the urge to come out here and try and find him and have it out. As you can see, they're feeding very confidently again now. Again, it's very key that you just keep your swims going. And don't rush, don't get straight in the water as soon as you see a fish. Let the fish build up, get the fish feeding. There's no rush. You can have as much enjoyment out of watching them as you can catching them. Okay, so I've just moved the camera over to the left, and you can see I've got a couple of good fish feeding down there. There's 2 or 3 just having it, and they're literally not even a rod length out. So as long as you're quiet, you're gentle how you walk around, keep the bait going in, get them nice and confident, you stand a really good chance of having one of these carp out. I think it's the curse of the camera. Every time I move the camera from one position to another, they always seem to come up in the opposite way which the camera's facing. Here's another one feeding over it. There's at least 3 fish there I can see swimming across, and they're just going backwards and forwards between the 2 swims. I should really go and check how my third one's going, but I'm just enjoying watching these fish feed. You see how close they are. Look at them, they are loving it. You can see that both swims are very active, and it makes me very happy. Just had a dog walker come with a couple of dogs, just asked me a couple of questions, and I had to take a quick pause there just to save my bait from the dogs. It's one of the dangers, of course, when you're having it laying all over the floor. Should be a bit more tidy. Just hoping the carp ain't going to be put off now because of the noise, but they seem to be okay. There's one feed in there, only a little in, but they all count. Okay, so I'll just stop for now. Once I get a good, a few more fish feeding up on the surface again, we'll do a bit more recording. Oh, hang on a minute, as I say that, look. Yeah, they're definitely having it this evening. I'm very, very confident. Let's give it another 10-15 minutes, and like I said, we'll put another line out, or put a line out, should I say. Okay, so we're back. As you can probably see, I've got a fair few fish here having a go. I've just probably put out about 2 slices of bread, a couple of handfuls of biscuits just to keep them going, and they're absolutely loving it. They're going mad for them. I expect you're probably watching this going, "Well, get you running, have a go." But no, patience. I'm going to have one. I want to make sure they're really confident. Get them competing for the bait as well. Just trying to span across both swims now so you can really get a good idea of what it is I'm dealing with this evening. Let's just spin around back to my right hand swim. Zoom out a bit. Let's see if we've got anything going on down here. Oh, that's a better fish. Let's just come back across. So there's lots of fish down there now. The other thing I would say as well is the line I'm using. It's been very, very important the last week to 2 weeks that I've been fishing. I've changed over. I've gone on the advice from Jim Shelley, so thank you very much. I've gone on to his advice and I've changed up, and I've gone on to £10 Drenham double strength. Sorry, I'm pausing because there's a really big fish by me. And using cord and mixer hooks as well, and they've just given me the edge to help me get these fish out. I've got fish all over the swim here, it's brilliant. It's going to be more or less take my pick where I'd want to put my bait. Might have to do a bit of spotting here just to see if I can see a bigger one. But yeah, they are really having it. It's great to see. Right, I think it's time to wet a line, don't you? I think I'm going to go for my left-hand swim first. And that's why my only issue I'm going to have is I've got to make sure I keep it away from the tree up here. Okay, so let's have a go, shall we? Zoom out a bit so you can see. So you can see how far off my bait they are. I think I'm going to have a quick change up, I reckon. Oh, that was bad. There you go, look, we've got them feeding back in again. There you go, look. There's a couple of carp down there, taking the biscuits. Try and go over and bring it back in if I can, so of course I don't want to spook them. They're close. My brother's voice is in my head at the moment. He says, "Let the line go tight before you strike." Yes, and it was gonna rice. Okay, we're in. I was gonna try and play this one now. Trying to make as less noise as I possibly can. Of course, I don't want to disturb the swim that much if I can help it. Let's get the wet out. Not quite ready yet. That I can get under there. Lovely jubbly. There we go, guys. So we've got a nice little mirror in there. I'm just going to want to hook him. I'll put him on the mat so you can have a look. B8. There he goes, putting his dorsal up for us as well. Absolutely lovely fish. I'm well happy to be having this out. Let's get him back in. He's been out long enough. Pucker. Okay, so we're back. It's probably been about an hour since I had that fish. It's got a little bit quieter. There've been a couple showing, but not as many as there were when we first turned up. Just putting the camera on now because I don't think we've got much light left this evening, so I'll leave it rolling and hopefully I'll be able to whittle one more out before we're done. Not sure if you can see those two ducks in the background. They've been giving me nothing but hassle this last hour. Oh, you thought about that then. He just... I don't know if there was something wrong with that then, but he come up for it, but he didn't take it. See if he comes back up again. Okay guys, I'm going to stop here. If I have one out, I'll get some film with it for you just before I leave, alright? But battery's running low, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to get any more of them swimming around in front of me, unfortunately. Oh, just in time! Ha ha ha! Brilliant! Oh, lovely! I just hope the camera holds out here for you. Oh, fantastic. Okay guys, I'm just going to play this fish. I'm going to stop the camera because I have a very low on battery and I want to show you this. Let's have a look at him. Always important you've got a nice padded mat. It's got me wet. It's always important you've got a nice padded mat down to protect them from getting damaged. we go. It's a nice scaly mirror again. I'm absolutely delighted to have this fish just before home time. Pucker. And they're still going off behind me. Might have one more if we're lucky. Okay guys, as you can see it's pitch black. Definitely going home now, I'm done. I have had a third one. This is not going to pick it up, I'm pretty sure of that, but we'll have a go. So let's just put me down a minute and we'll see if we can get him out. It's a little common carp, so nice to have something different, but they're all brilliant. There you go guys, you're lucky. Just about managed to get a bit of light off my phone to show you. Like I said, it's only a small common, but they definitely all count. Pucker.